Okay, good story so far? Good story so far? Let's keep going. Well, did you ever have a situation where someone makes a big story out of something that's not true, but it's repeated so many times that it kind of becomes true? If you had children, you know what I'm talking about. Our next piece is called The Clapping Song by a very famous composer, modern composer, Randall Stadrige. He likes to tell stories in a lot of his pieces. He wrote a great piece about the four horsemen of the apocalypse. That's oh man, you talk about a story, and it's like butter. But he likes to say, the most common question I get in my career is, where do you get your ideas? The answers I provide are undoubtedly disappointing to the person who asked, as I am one of the least romantic composers people will ever meet. They always seem to expect some big, larger story. Something to the effect of, I was walking down the road and I saw a deer. You'd have to stop and fawn over the deer to begin with. No, okay. Second. We looked at each other and his gaze made me question the nature of my existence. I'd like to capture the deer, and that morning was my work. Blah, 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 yak, yak, yak. That's not what I was thinking of. For me, the bottom line is that music is just a collection of sounds. Can they express a larger story or concept? Sure. But that doesn't change the fact that it is designed sounds across time and creates this art form. And sometimes, for the very best composers, I believe that is enough. The way the sounds interact and the resultant aesthetic experience is the ultimate point to any piece of music, regardless of its larger meaning. Well, here I've given you the stories to these pieces to hopefully increase your enjoyment of what you're listening to. But on this one, we're going to give you the freedom. You come up with the story. Is it a deer? I don't think so. What kind of story? What folk tale? What you hear going on? What influences, maybe from cultures or other folk tales, do you hear? We'd like to invite to the podium a very good friend and colleague, Mr. Ayden to conduct the wind symphony in Randall Stadrige's The Clapping Song.